Our Eyes News Chief Correspondent John Cookson joins us now from Tel Aviv. John, it's good to have you with us. Now, there's news of another Hamas leader killed in an Israeli airstrike. Can you tell us more?
Yes, good afternoon to you. In fact, air raid sirens again ringing out across Tel Aviv in the last few minutes. So I'll stay where I am for now, although I should be in a shelter. You're quite right. Another Hamas commander taken out by an Israeli airstrike, this time Bilal al-Qadra, a key member of the southern Gaza section of Hamas. He was killed in a drone strike at Khan Yunis. Khan Yunis, of course, an area which is supposed to be a safe area for Palestinians. This follows the assassination by the Israelis of Ali Qadi, again another senior figure in Hamas, and Marad al-Marad 2 days ago. So it seems that the Israelis are having a lot of success taking out senior commanders. I don't know how they're doing this. The intelligence must be absolutely incredible, because these guys will be protected. They'll move in secret. They'll go in the boots of cars from place to place. The Israeli intelligence must be quite superb to not only track down these men, but also to take them out. I'm just wondering if the Israelis are getting any help from US spy satellites in this regard. Of course, the Israeli intelligence agencies were under fire for not predicting the Hamas assault a week last Saturday, and so they're regaining some of their kudos by not only identifying these commanders, but killing them with drone strikes. But I'm baffled as to how the Israelis are managing to do this. They must have informants on the ground who are prepared to risk their lives and give intelligence to the Israelis.
All right, John, what's the situation in the south of Gaza for Palestinians who fled there?
Well, as you saw from my report, things are pretty grim. Palestinians who have come from the north of Gaza filling up whatever they can in terms of accommodation, UN centres in the south, hospitals, maybe sharing homes with other Palestinians. But, there's little food, no power, of course, no fuel. And they're bereft because they don't know what their future is. They fear they may never be able to go back to their homes if they're still standing in the north. Meanwhile, across the border, because the Rafah crossing is in the south into Egypt, a lot of aid is starting to arrive, and hundreds of trucks are stuck on the border there. They brought fuel, medical supplies donated by Jordan, Egypt, Turkey, and the UAE. But the Israelis won't let the trucks in until they say, unless Hamas frees hostages. Hostages, we've learned today that there are 126 Israelis held hostage, and the hostages also include 10 British and other nationalities. So this aid, tantalizingly available on the other side of the border, we're looking at it now, food, medical supplies, I have to say coffins as well, which are urgently needed in Gaza, but the Israelis just won't let them in for the time being.
Indeed, John. Now, tensions are mounting in the Palestinian West Bank as well, controlled by the Israeli military. What more can you tell us about that?
Yes, the West Bank seized as long ago as 1967, most of it under the control of the Israeli military, and tensions have been building there for a number of days. 55 Palestinians have been killed in violence since October the 7th, shot dead either by Israeli police or Israeli settlers. It's a terrible situation for the Palestinians there. All they can do is to register their protest, but if they go out on the streets, they run a serious risk of being killed by, as I say, Israeli forces or Israeli settlers. And if this incursion goes ahead, and I'm sure it will very soon, then the West Bank Palestinians are going to take to the streets yet again.
All right, let's talk about the involvement of the U.S. When you hear that the U.S. is sending another aircraft carrier strike force to that particular region, how significant is this?
Yes, I think we have some footage of the USS Eisenhower leaving Norfolk, Virginia yesterday. My calculations are that it will take around 2 weeks to get to the Mediterranean. The USS Eisenhower, built as long ago as the 1970s, nuclear powered, a mighty ship. I've actually been on a Nimitz-class USS carrier like this one, and they are just amazing. Below decks, it's like a small American town with shopping malls and cafeterias, and of course accommodation for thousands of crew. They are awesome, and the firepower that they carry is just again awesome. Room for dozens of fighter jets. So it will take about 2 weeks to get to the Mediterranean to join the USSR Ford, which is already here off the coast of Israel. This idea that the ship will take about 2 weeks, perhaps a measure of how long the Americans think, once this conflict gets underway with an invasion of Gaza by the Israelis, a measure of perhaps how long the Americans think that the conflict might last, and also an indication and concern by the Americans that whatever happens here will spread to the wider Middle East. Already tensions and exchange of rocket fires building up every day with Hezbollah, the Iran-backed military group in Lebanon, and Israel, more rocket fire this morning. So the worry, of course, is that a second front will open up in the north of Israel, which the Israelis will have to cope with. They haven't fought a hot war with Hezbollah since 2006. When they did, it was very bloody. A lot of Lebanese were killed until the Israelis neutralized the fighters that were pitched against them.
Indeed, a deterrence, no doubt. John Cookson, would like to thank you for your perspective and update on the Hamas-Israeli situation there, and do stay safe.